The situation is to say Oshiomhole. Oshiomhole wanted me, Philip Shadow, to join him, knowing fully well that I am closer to the members elect as at that time and members of the State Assembly, because I spent 8 years in the House of Assembly here, and I spent about 18 months in House of Rep, and I have goodwill among the legislature because of my own style. And he wanted me to help him to use this same member when they are elected to remove the governor and for me to be the governor. And I say no, that it is not my push, it's not my will, it's not my nature to betray. If I didn't betray him when he was NSC president, when I was NAS president, when I was offered money to get the Nigerian students out of the proposed strike, if I didn't betray him then, and I didn't betray him when I was chased with money and plot of land in Metama to sign an impeachment of Comrade Oshiomhole when I was in the State Assembly, if I did not betray him, then I cannot betray my own governor. And I said I don't have those tendencies, and that I pleaded with Oshiomhole. I knelt down to beg Oshiomhole that this government is doing well, and the policies that we adopted during this time, we have taken them to the next level. I went on my knees to beg Oshiomhole that if no matter what Obaseki will have done, which everything that I asked, all the questions I asked, flimsy excuses he was giving me, and I said when I could not hold something that Oshiomhole had with the governor, I knelt down and I begged him. I said, I am your son. Why not, because of me, forgive? And Oshiomhole said, now he has confirmed that I am now with the governor. And I stood up and I said, well, if you want to remove the governor, then you remove the governor and I. But you want to use me to chase the governor? No way. If the governor goes, I go. And that was how I departed from Oshiomhole. And the truth is, I hate oppression. When Oshiomhole was being oppressed, I fought on his side. I was injured. I was brutalized. My family were at risk. I threw my family from when I was attacked. Aya assassination. I was to be assassinated. Aya assassin came to my house, and the man that he is supporting as a candidate, Pastor Ezeyamo, was the one that sponsored Shaba and these characters to the House of Assembly quarters, where I was living then as a member of the House. Shattered the house with guns. The cars that were in front of the house, the engine, I had to change them after the incident. I threw my family through the fence. My wife, my children, I threw them across the fence to the other compound, and that was how they were saved. All in the name to save Comrade from being impeached. So if I joined to fight that oppressive tendencies and those oppressors that wanted to get him out, which Ezeyamo was part of, I told him the same energy I used to fight on his side when he was being oppressed and when he wanted to be impeached, it's the same energy I will use to fight for the governor, because he has decided to replace his own oppressors with himself to now oppress another man. And that is why I became, because I hate oppression, that was why I became an activist. I didn't become an activist for myself. I became an activist to fight against oppression. If you check my records during the military, you will see that I was part of the struggle for this democracy. So when Oshiomhole is talking about House of Assembly, he has asked the plan to do what he's doing. All these members that we are talking about were not the members that were elected in the APC primaries. Oshiomhole, as national chairman, got to Abuja and changed all these names and selected these members. All the names, Damian Lawani and all of them, he changed them. Damian won his elections. A lot of these guys won their elections. He changed all of them. and put his stooges to achieve control here. So when you see some of them living and collecting money not to be sworn in, and 3 now collecting 40 million to join him, it's all the script that he has planned. But unfortunately for him, there are some members that still have integrity, that have made up their mind that they will not be commodity to be purchased. And those members are the ones standing. So the whole picture of the House of Assembly was orchestrated and planned by Comrade to control Obaseki and I. You can imagine, I am the deputy governor of Edo State from this constituency, a constituency that has served for 8 years, and I also represent the federal constituency, and I was nicknamed Mr. Constituency Project. As member of the House of Assembly in 8 years, I had 49 projects to my credit, and that's why I was nicknamed. In 18 months I was in House of Rep, I had 9 projects to my credit. And this same comrade is coming to tell us, the House of Assembly, coming to tell me that his younger brother will be the one to represent me. His younger brother, Oshiomhole, is the one to represent that same constituency and representing me in this constituency. He changed the thing to have his younger brother to be the member to represent this constituency. A first Gani Audu, which he has nominated Aroni Meto on us, Andrew will have been the member. He's changed it. So, and I have 2 of my members from Esako West, not my own rep. And the interesting thing is that they were not the popular candidates. He changed them because he was the chairman, national chairman. How can you have an Oshiomhole that will not, it will change the representative of the governor? Governor representative, the 2 representatives from Oredo, Oshiomhole changed them. Ovia, he changed them. The 2 of them, he changed them. Orionwo, the same. Unwode, same. So it was all planned, but God's grace is with us, and the people of Edo is with us, and the prayers of Edo people have sustained us, and that's why they've been making mistakes, and his plans have not materialized, because God knows our mind. God knows that God in Obaseki and I and SLG and others supported him with our heart, with our body, with our time, with our resources, even at the risk of our life, to sustain him for 8 years. And because of that, God has been protecting us from him. So if you check, what is he looking for? He has spent 8 years here as a governor. What is Oshiomhole looking for now? That will be kneeling down from one end to the other. What is he looking for? I've never seen where a man will be contesting an election. Somebody else is the one doing the campaign and he is at home. That's what situation we have found ourselves. If Oshiomhole feels is popular, let him stop this violence. Let him stop buying guns for these young ones. And let him come on that day, let the PVC speak. And when the PVC speak, he will see that he's not the Oshiomhole that we used to wear khaki. Everybody now know the Oshiomhole that is khaki and the Oshiomhole that is safari. And the Oshiomhole that was khaki was the one that can walk on the street and they won't pull him, they won't stone him. The other day, I had to also join him to kneel down to beg the people to stop calling him Oshiomhole Ole. So that is, and this is the same Oshiomhole that told me time back that the day that the people start bullying at him or close to that, that is the day we resign from politics. Why has he not resigned from politics? They are not only bullying him, they are not stoning him. So for me, it's shameful. I've apologized to Nigerians, but it's obvious that that apology, I have to withdraw it, because I thought apologizing to Nigerians and still asking people to talk to him and pray for him will change his mentality. But I've discovered that he had decided to, just by himself, destroy the legacy that we thought we were building together. But we will not depart from that legacy, because the people first, the people in the middle, and the people last. Everything about us is about the people. And thank God now we are even in a party that believe that power belongs to the people, because we started this journey on the mantra, let the people lead. He now wants to be the one leading, not the people. And I will not join him in dictatorship. If I was interested in dictatorship, I will not be fighting the military during the military. I will not be inhaling those tear gas. I will not be declared wanted during the military, because we need democracy. That was why we fought that time. And that democracy, no Oshiomhole can truncate that democracy. No Oshiomhole can be a dictator. But we fight with everything that we have. The same way we fought for him, the same way we fight for Godwin. This election is not just about me. It's not about Godwin, but it's about the future of this state. And I was ready to fight on the side of Godwin, even when I was not nominated. At the expense of me being nominated as running mate, I was ready. Because the truth is, we need democracy. We need a democracy that actually deal with the yearning of the people. You can see my house. Each time you come here, you can see my house is full. If I was an oppressor, they won't be there. They won't be there. And we don't want oppressors. He should learn from Mr. President. And I'm calling Mr. President to call Oshiomhole to order. And also the same method that he has used to checkmate Magu, he should use the same to checkmate Oshiomhole. Because Oshiomhole is already breaching the financial rules. He's already laundering money. He's giving 40 million to individual. That is already money laundering. And it should be called to order. It should be called to order. Thank you.